Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Board Draw. The group stages have come to a dramatic conclusion and we are moving on swiftly to the knockout stages, the business end of the tournament. And today we are going to be going through the round of 16, giving you a little brief glimpse, preview for all the games, and then we'll give you our predictions at the end. Who's kicking off the round of 16?
Let's start with my boys, Italy, who... Where did they finish? Second in their group, but it was a tight group.
Last minute equaliser against Croatia.
And they're up against Switzerland.
Who look good.
Switzerland, I think we both predicted them to do all right this tournament. But I think they're exceeding expectations at the moment in terms of how they're playing. They're playing really well.
Yeah, I can't remember who. Maybe it was on the overlap. Someone said they're like the Expendables.
I like it.
Yeah, all or nothing. A bunch of old Donnies doing what they do best. And I like what they've got a lot. I like the fact they're bringing Breeden Bolo back into the fray after a horrendous time with injury. And he's looked dangerous. Well, I think he started their last match against Germany where I thought they played really well. They were leading for a large part of that.
You know who I think is balling out for them as well? Dan and Doy. I said in the team previews before the tournament that he could be one to look out for. He had a good season for Bologna and he's looking really good at the moment in the tournament. And then Italy are a weird one.
Italy are so, aren't they? I mean...
Because first game against Albania, they conceded really early, but then went and dominated Albania. And obviously it's Albania, so you take it with a pinch of salt. And then got absolutely played off the park by Spain.
Yeah.
But then in that Croatia game, I thought without looking dangerous, they were the better team.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
I think Croatia were the one who generated more sort of killer clutch chances.
No, I think Italy for me were asking more of the questions. And then as soon as Croatia got the goal, obviously they sat back and then Italy dominated even more. I think Italy are a weird one. I think they're starting to...
I think they're in like a transition period. They're trying to find who's going to be their stalwarts for the next generation. Like they had the Chiellinis, the Bonuccis, the Pirlos before that. You know, they had a plethora of great striking options as well. Yeah. Now it's a little bit more uncertain. They don't know whether it's like Scamacca or like Raspadori or Chiesa didn't even start the last game.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on Pellegrini.
So there's a few players that I'm not sold on in that team.
But what they do have is fantastic defenders.
Mate, Calafiori...
Who I think misses the round of 16.
So good, yeah. That is sad that he misses the round of 16. But apart from Mark Gay, he's got the most ball recoveries at Euro 2024. And no player I saw, I can't remember the stat, is no player for Italy has got more chances created than him, ball recoveries than him, and aerial duels in him.
He's everything you want in a defender when you play at 3 at the back system.
And then
because he gets up the pitch.
That goal that they scored against Croatia is just him taking the game by the scruff of the neck in the 90th minute, dribbling at the defence, and then a calm little pass to, what was his name, Zaccagni, on the left-hand side, who did a great finish. But yeah, Calafiori for Italy is being the standout. So it's a big loss that he's not going to play in the next game.
Yeah, but I like what they've got. They've got good wing-backs who are dangerous.
Yeah.
They've got a fantastic keeper in Donnarumma. I think this is going to be a really interesting match. I think these are two fairly evenly weighted teams.
Yeah, I'd say this is like one of the games to watch in terms of level playing field.
Yeah, I think both teams are going to go for it. Both teams play brilliant attacking football. But yeah, we'll give you our prediction on that right at the end.
Next game, Germany. I'd say probably one of the best looking teams coming out the group stages.
I think the 3 best looking teams are Spain, Germany and Austria.
Yeah. And they're taking on Denmark, who obviously we know from England's group they're all right, so-so.
Yeah, I mean, with everyone who sort of qualified for England's group, no one really excited. It was such a dead group, I think. 7 goals scored in the entire group.
Yeah,
Germany scored 8.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think this game is going to be really interesting, though. You've got midfield maestros in both teams. Germany, for me, much better going forward. But I think maybe defensively, Denmark could have the better back line.
I think Germany are just so good going forward and they will just, I think, overpower Denmark. I wasn't that sold on Denmark. I think Denmark have good players and they put up a good showing against England, but I think England are poor. I think Germany on the other hand...
will ask the questions that
I think
England
Germany are good. Yeah, I think Germany are a good side.
I think where you've got Musiala and Wirtz sort of operating in those, like the spaces between the centre-back and the full-backs, really, really dangerous. You've got İlkay Gundogan as well, who is just a maestro at arriving at the right time, always in the right place at the right time. You've got Toni Kroos just doing what he does best, passing maestro, dictating the tempo of the game. They've got all the things that England didn't have to open up Denmark. And I think Denmark's organised press will just feed into Germany's playing style.
I think, Germany will have too much for them.
Yep.
Right, next game is England versus Slovakia.
So if you want to check out, we're going to be doing a big England versus Slovakia preview coming out tomorrow, if you're watching this as on day of release.
Probably be another stinker, so...
But yeah, if you do want to check out our England predictions preview, then do head on over to that video. Once it's up, we'll put a little linky in here.
Bash. Okay, next game, Spain versus, I think, everybody's favourite second team, Georgia.
Let's just talk about Georgia versus Portugal was a fantastic game.
It's everything tournament football should be about, mate.
The Minnows beating the Giants 2-0. It was a much rotated Portugal side.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And they were top of the group no matter what the result was. But Georgia had everything you could ask for in your team. Fight. They had technicians. I was so impressed by so many of their players.
Yeah.
Their goalkeeper had an outstanding
Goalkeeper
game.
was great. Kvaratskhelia and the Watford Donny. I don't know how to say his name, like Chikvatwazi or something like that.
Yeah.
Don't know how you say his name. But the geezer that plays for Watford. Yeah, it's like when you're an underdog team, it's all well and good like doing the running, doing the dirty stuff, but you need like techie players to kind of get you to that next level, get you to the knockouts. And when you got Kvaratskhelia absolutely balling out,
Yeah.
and that striker
Mkhitaryan
that's putting pens away like nobody's
Top
been.
goal scorer of the group stage. Who would have had that?
Top goal scorer of the tournament at the moment.
Yeah, fantastic. And it was such a top level performance from them. They knew that they weren't going to beat Portugal at their own game. So they sat back and they defended resolutely. I think if Portugal had Bruno Fernandes or Bernardo Silva in the squad, it would have been a different game entirely.
Yeah.
But Portugal just couldn't really generate anything. And yeah, Georgia were brilliant. However,
They are playing, in my opinion,
the most impressive team.
probably the most impressive team at the tournament right now.
Yeah, Spain just doing what Spain do best, but they're doing it in a slightly different way. They're not relying on possession.
9 points, 3 wins from 3.
They look
Only team to do that.
They look comfortable in all the games as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah, just fantastic. And they've got depth as well. They've got just quality throughout.
I think they're gonna, in the nicest way to all the Georgians, and I'm a Georgia supporter right now.
Yeah,
but I
too,
think they're
me
gonna get
too.
slapped up
Yeah, this for me is the biggest mismatch.
of the kind of
100%. 100%. You've got the best team in the tournament
probably
versus
the worst,
like
yeah.
the smallest nation in the tournament.
Yeah, I think Spain, like we said, they rotated heavily in their last game, still got it over the line, and against the two good teams they played in Croatia and Italy, absolutely dominated both of
Yeah,
them.
yeah. They didn't really look like they were under much pressure at all in either of those games.
So, yeah, for me, Spain probably the ones to watch. On to the next game, and probably the tie of the round of 16, France against Belgium.
Yes.
France, who,
Both teams are underwhelmed, let's be honest.
yes, stumbled into second place when everyone thought they'd have that group absolutely locked up. Second place meant that they come up against Belgium, who also kind of stumbled.
Into third place.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because both teams are failing to kind of put the ball in the back of the net. France, I think, have only scored 2 goals so far this tournament.
Well,
And
someone just needs to teach Lukaku.
Belgium have only scored 2.
Belgium had 3 goals.
Disallowed, yeah.
One of the Yapenda handball, I think, was really harsh. But for me, Belgium don't really look bad, but defensively they're all over the place. They've got like the worst back line probably in their group, and they're there to be got at. They haven't got Courtois in goal either, which I think is a big miss. I think just having someone of his caliber, his experience, his ability to even control the game from the goalkeeper standpoint and organise a defensive line is missing. I think Doku's been poor.
I think Doku is pants, mate.
I think Trossard has been poor.
Yeah.
The only player in their team I think who's been any good is Kevin De Bruyne. He's been fine in the passes, but Lukaku's struggling to stay on side.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the pass he played last night? Was it last night or the night before?
Night before.
Where he played him through 1-on-1 with the keeper, and he just absolutely scuffs his shot.
Yeah.
It's horrendous.
I've got so many bets with Lukaku to be top goal scorer.
Yeah, he's let me
is
down.
just
I think I
stinking it up.
said in our group stage preview that you got to target the team with like the easiest group.
Yeah, and he's just
stunk it up. I think they don't know their best midfield. They don't know their best back line.
Yeah.
I'm really not impressed with them. France, for me, have just way too much quality to even consider Belgium beating them.
Yeah, France is a weird one because the game that they stumbled in was the one against Poland. And that game they didn't play Griezmann, and I think they looked really bad without him.
Yeah, they had Mbappe back in.
Yeah, they kind of miss. So they had Tchouaméni, Rabiot, and Kante, and then the front three. But there's no kind of link between the midfield and the front three when you don't have Griezmann.
Yeah,
like
and
none of those
midfield.
Yeah, none of those midfield three are there to kind of bridge the gap.
Carry the ball from that midfield line to the
whereas
forward
Griezmann
line.
is that guy, and so I assume they're going to play him in the next round, and that could be the difference. I think France will do them though.
Yeah.
Up next, Portugal against Slovenia. We know all about Slovenia because they got a 0-0 draw against England.
This could be a little bit of a bogey tie for Portugal, I think.
Do you reckon?
I think Slovenia. We saw what they could do against England when they have the ball in possession. They're not even bad.
No.
There were points at the England game, especially that first half, where they pass the ball really nicely, composed.
Yeah.
They've got dangerous forward in terms of Benjamin Sesko. They've got a brilliant keeper in Jan Oblak, and sometimes that's enough to win you a game.
I do agree. I think my rebuttal to that would be England are terrible.
Oh, I agree.
I think England have no press whatsoever, which made that Slovenia kind of midfield look good. Whereas, like, with Portugal, when you got Bernardo Silva, who is, like, the most aggressive presser, probably in world football, and Bruno Fernandes. And Ronaldo can do what he wants. But, yeah, I think Bruno and Bernardo Silva as pressing kind of triggers are really good.
I think any team with a low block...
stomp on Slovenia.
If you sit up against Portugal with a low block, you've got two players in that Portugal team who can just unlock that. Even the likes of Rafael Leao, though he's not really had the best tournament, but I think he's still really dangerous. I think he's missing around 60. He's got 2 yellow cards, isn't he?
Oh, maybe.
Simulation.
But yeah, I like what you're saying though. Like England have no one that's going to make that killer pass, whereas Portugal have about 3 or 4 people that can make that killer pass.
Throughout the group stages, Portugal, when it's not working direct, they're whipping balls in the box. Ronaldo's one of the best headers of the ball. I know he's not had a great group stage either. Scuppering a lot of opportunities.
Well, I'll hit you with a stat. Highest XG made in the group stages, Portugal was second with 5.8.
Sounds about right.
So that shows you, like England, 2.2 were the lowest XG made out of all the people that have made it into round 16. So
when I saw
England struggle against Slovenia because we don't make anything, whereas Portugal make loads.
The reason I think this might be a bogey tie is that I think Portugal will have looked vulnerable on the counter, particularly in the first game where they played that 3 at the back with Mendes as a left centre back. Thought they looked a bit vulnerable.
I think after that, though, Martinez knew that wasn't the vibe.
He switched to a 4 at the back, which I think they looked much better in.
Yeah, that middle game was really good. And then that last game, they rotated too much.
Both games against Czechia and Turkey, although they came out on top, there were points where they play so high up the pitch.
They do.
That someone like Sesko can get in behind.
Yeah.
And I think that's how Slovenia will look to operate. But I think Portugal will just have too much for them.
I agree. Penultimate round of 16 fixture, Romania, who are your dark horses, who actually had a really good group stage.
No. Austria, my dark horses.
Oh.
I said I had a funny feeling the Romania might do something in the previews. But
the dark horses of the dark horses against Holland, who...
be stinky.
Mate, they are pants. I said this in our preview. I think they are so overrated. So many people think... Oh, no. The Holland are like renowned for being always there or thereabouts. I think they're lacking everywhere.
They, like England, are fortunate that they've fallen on the better side of the draw. They were pants against who was it? The first game, Netherlands. Only sort of getting against Poland.
Yeah.
Only getting past through some workhorse magic.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. They've got a good forward line in Memphis Depay, Cody Gakpo, and Xavi Simons.
Gakpo's having a good tournament, to be fair, but the rest I think are pants.
But yeah, I mean, it's just not really clicking. They, like France in the last game, missing that person who's going to connect the midfield to the forward line. It always seems really, really stagnant in that sort of position of the pitch. And I don't know, it's weird, but De Vries, I think, is shit.
I think they just got too many pants players. And Van Dijk's getting called out by the Dutch media for being very average this tournament, which I agree with.
Know. They haven't looked like a proper Danish team, a proper Dutch team. And the fact that they don't have De Jong, I think, is the biggest miss. He's probably the man in the middle who can make things happen.
Yeah.
And I think Romania could really cause an upset here. I've been so impressed with them.
Their top of their group is no mean feat when you've got the likes of Belgium. A lot of people had Ukraine to do well this tournament. So Romania top in the group.
I mean, Romania smashed Ukraine.
Albeit everyone on that group finished on 4 points.
No, yeah.
But Romania look good.
I think Stanciu's an absolute baller as well.
They've got a lot of little techie guys, yeah.
I really like Romania. I think they might do something.
I think this could be a little surprise one, I think Romania could do something.
I think the final game is going to be
Tasty.
the game of the round of 16. Austria,
Who, like we said at the beginning of the video, probably the best team, like, in comparison to what was expected and their level. They're the team that are exceeding expectations.
they lost to France in their first group game.
But only 1-0, it was tight, yeah.
A dodgy own goal.
Yeah.
It was unlucky. I think it was Voba who accidentally put it into the back of his own net. Is what it is. Those things happen. And I thought they were maybe the better team in that game.
Yeah.
And then just fantastic performances.
Smash Poland. And then, in that game, their last game of the group stage against Holland, such an absolute belter. Every time Holland, you think, are getting back into the game, Austria just say, no.
They just look so good. Their press is so organised. Everyone wants to be there. They've got bloody Marcel Sabitzer wearing number 9. That should tell you everything you need to know about this team. You cannot know what to expect.
Yeah, it's hard to get a international side to be as well organised as Austria are. Because you don't have enough time to be as a group.
That's testament to
Ralph Rangnick, mate. Yeah, he's done really good.
I haven't seen a team in the tournament utilise their wing back so well.
Yeah, I'd say they're the best organised team in the tournament.
Against the Dutch, their left wing back was flying down that left hand side. Obviously, the first goal came from Marlon not track his man and in the own goal. And I thought they were just fantastic throughout.
Yeah.
I think Arnautovic as well. He's just always a threat. He could be 75 years old with a Zimmer frame and he'll be a threat. Sabitzer as well. I think they've got Baumgartner and Limo. They've got a really good team.
Yeah, I just
really
think,
team.
just a well-organised team. Not many superstars in that team.
And missing their standout player in Alaba.
But yeah, just a solid unit, managed well, organised well, and are surprising teams. And they've fallen in, like we said, to the good side of the draw. They could go quite far.
Yeah, well, if the favourites progress from this round, you'll see them come up against Netherlands in the quarter-final, which I don't see why they can't smash the Netherlands.
Yeah.
That's the same sort of...
They're playing against Turkey.
Well,
How do you feel about Turkey?
I don't think they're as good as everyone thinks they are.
No, they're an interesting one. So they've got the fourth highest XG created. So that shows that they're good going forward. But also the third highest XG conceded.
Yeah.
So they are all or nothing. And against a well-drilled Austria side,
the only
I think
real
they're gonna get
quality
shocked.
I see throughout the game is when the ball is at Chanaloglu's feet.
Yeah.
I think Arda Güler's obviously a great player. I think there's some things going on behind the scenes with him though, and him and manager not really seeing eye to eye.
Oh, really?
And there was a lot of yellow cards dished out at the end of the Czechia game. I'm not sure who's actually going to miss the next games, but I think they're just a little bit too headstrong.
Yeah.
I think they've
got no composure.
Way too good.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll be able to deal with Austria's press.
I agree.
No one in the group would have pressed them the way that Austria are going to. Austria are going to set up, they're going to be really tight, really compact, and when they're in possession, they're going to be wide and putting that Turkey team apart. Although I really did like Turkey in the group stage. They're just a fun team to watch, and I think this is going to be the best game of the round of 16.
Right, let's hit you with some predictions. First game, Switzerland versus Italy. Who are you backing? We won't do the entire bracket, we'll just do the round of 16.
Round of 16, first game, I'm going Switzerland 2, Italy 1.
Ooh. I'm going to go a 1-1 Italy through on penalties.
Interesting.
Up next, Germany versus Denmark.
I'm going to go 3-0 Germany.
Yeah, I'm going for a dominant Germany win. 3-1.
Okay.
England versus Slovakia. Check out our preview. We'll be out tomorrow. España versus Georgia.
I think this could get a bit messy.
Could get ugly.
I think Georgia have given a lot in their group stage games,
Yeah.
and I think it might be coming too soon for them to recover fully. So I'm going to say 4-0 Spain.
I think it's going to be a battering. I'm going to go 5-1, I think. France versus Belgium. Exciting game.
I think it's going to be tight, cagey. I think both teams are
lacking goal threat.
They're lacking the...
putting the ball in the net.
Yeah. I think Kev might do something, though. So I'm going to go 1-1 France to win on penalties.
1-0 France on penalties. I like it.
Actually, no, I can't do that because Belgium's defence is too poor.
Oh, I was just about to say Belgium's defence.
2-1 France extra time.
I think 3. I'm going to go 3-1 France.
Okay.
Mbappe to get a couple. Portugal versus Slovenia.
I'm going to go
dominant Portugal win.
2-0 Portugal.
I'm going similar. I'm going 3-0 Portugal. Romania, Netherlands.
Romania on penalties.
Oh, I like it. I like that a lot. Are Holland as bad as I think they are? Yes. But I don't know if Romania are as good as I think they are. I'm going Holland 1-0 stinker.
I'm going to go...
You've done it. And then Austria, Turkey, the final game of the group stage, the knockout round of 16.
I'm going to go 1-1.
Oh.
Then extra time, it's going to be finished 3-1 to Austria.
I like that. That is a nice prediction. I think Austria are going to have too much for them. I'm going 3-1. 3-0. No, 3-0 Austria.
So you reckon Italy, Switzerland go penalties, and I reckon France, Belgium will go penalties. Only one set of penalties in the round of 16.
Who knows? Let us know your predictions in the comments down below for the round of 16. Like we said, check out our England preview. We'll go a bit more in depth about them versus Slovakia.
I mean, the tournament is really heating up now. It's the business end. We're going to see teams who've maybe underwhelmed in the group stages might pick up some pace here. It's all or nothing now.
Well, England is the definition of that.
It is all or nothing.
Yeah.
That you can't leave anything. You have to leave everything on the pitch. There is no second chance here.
It all starts
and it's
Saturday, mate.
It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. The knockouts, the group stages, I love it because of the chaos. But the knockouts are just different. Different gravy. Guys, yeah, if you did enjoy, make sure you do hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell as well because we're just pumping content out at the minute and you don't want to miss a single beat. If you do want to cop yourself a nice little football shirt, head over to Classic Football Shirts and use the code BOARDRAW10 at checkout to save yourself a nice little 10% off. And yeah, let us know your predictions down below. The knockouts are here, baby.